This is Donnie Baker, and I've been conducting some experiments because I've been watching YouTubes and trying to decide if the earth is flat or if it's round. There's a big debate called Flat Earthers on YouTubes. Look it up. People will laugh and they'll chuckle, same way they did Lewis and Clark when they discovered the Alamo. Well, the fact remains, think about it. If the earth is round and rotating over 600 miles an hour, by the time I throw this common Nerf ball up and it hits the ground, it should be 8 miles over, but it ain't. It's, the fuck is it? Maybe it is. There it is. In some experiments, I've got a common level and a bottle full of Zima. Mother Nature's nectar. These are minerals they've ground into liquid form. It's making a comeback. Because there's a big debate on YouTubes about whether or not the earth is flat. I swear to God, it's called Flat Earthers. And I used to date Teresa Reynolds. We used to call her the throw rug because she was flat and dirty and you could lay her down anywhere. The fact remains, you can call me an oxymoron if you want, but if the planet Earth is spinning like this, how come this level ain't spinning like this? If the planet Earth is spinning round, that could mean you could fart in fast forward. If the planet Earth was spinning round and you was below the equator, you could smell your farts again. I swear to God. None of this makes sense. The fact remains, Mexicans who are migrating over here could go left and save themselves about 4 to 10 hours. Think about it. Trump's going to have to build his wall 2-ply. So, and I never believed much of this. I had a girl once give me a tuggy trying to explain it. I swear to God, she was twisting the top of my head like this, and then at the base she was grinding the opposite direction trying to explain how Earth works. Twisting the top and grinding the bottom. I said, what, did you give me a tuggy or trying to make fresh ground pepper? This is Donnie Baker. And first off, I'm in a Sour Patch mood because it's cold here in Florida. I swear to God, who'd ever think we'd see a day like this? Snow in Tallahassee's. This is proof the earth is flat, Dick. I swear to God, because if heat rises and we can all agree on that algorithm, it'd be warmer at the North Pole, and now it's cold as theirs everywhere. And I know this is true because we used to trap farts in mason jars and it was always hotter near the lid. Look it up. And there ain't nothing to do when it's cold like this. I'm bored. I'm taking Rubik's Cubes apart for no reason. And I'm going to review the movie Last Jedi. First off, I think it sucks. I'll say it right to George Jenkins' face. Spoiler alert, the title tells you how many Jedis are left. If I had a porno called The Last Sperm Egg, you wouldn't fast forward to the end. I swear to God, the whole thing's stupid. I remember being a kid thinking Star Wars was badass. Me and Scotty Winkler used to go to a hardware store and buy fluorescent light bulbs. By the dozen. We'd paint them red. And we didn't have a truck. He'd hang them out the window of his Mazda just like this. It looked like we were jousting oncoming traffic for 10 miles. And then we'd get home and fight with them light bulbs till we had paper cuts in our face. Kicking glass out of our scalps like we were checking each other for ticks. Shit. The Last Jedi. I'm supposed to be afraid of a bunch of stormtroopers that never do anything other than march. I could see that going to food court and watching a stupid high school band. And Darth Vader is supposed to scare me. The Prince of Darkness sounds like you're on a CPAP. I'll say it right to your face. You'll never be as scary as Ozzy after dark. And Yoda. Yoda's supposed to be... Remember that one scene they had Yoda hopping around like Bruce Lee on Adderalls in a lightsabers fight? It's funny, Shrek came 25 years after Yoda's, and Yoda's, you look like Shrek took a shit. I'll say it right to your face. That's the last Jedi in this whole thing. So cold in the D. Nobody forgetting me. So cold in the D. Hey man, this is Donnie Baker. I have a word for all you people who actually believe our government when they claim we went to the moon in circa 1964. Check some facts, dumbass. Watch some YouTubes. Do some research. Stare at some microfiche. If we went to the moon, how's come we ain't been back there? I swear to God, it's our human nature to go back to things that we like. Hell, my Uncle Junebug, first time he ever went to Golden Corral, camped out that night in the hopes the next morning they'd serve breakfast. If we went to the moon, how's come we didn't bring back more minerals, proof for critters? They brought back not even enough pebbles to form a bowl of cereal out of it. First time my mom Phyllis ever went to Pigeon Forge, we had to rent a storage unit for all her souvenir spoons and maple nut fudge. And to this day, that's the only loan we've been approved for. But we couldn't wait to tell the others about this new frontier. I swear to God. And that was just Gatlinburg. Oh, we went to the moon, but yet we ain't been back there. Neither have the Russians, Koreans, or Puerto Ricans. Nobody sought after us. Yet we make dry-fit lift shirts out of it. This mysterious place. I swear to God. It's our nature to go back to things that we've been before. That's how it's come we ride roller coasters the way that we do. We got pictures of us on the moon. So, we got pictures of Chaz Bono, but nobody believes in him yet. I'll say it like this. I think the moon landing was fake. And there's so many. Watch the movie, Stanley Kubrick's, Talladega Nights. There's so many. They ran, you add up all them cars and all them miles at every race except for the last one when Kyle wins. It's the exact same mileage from here to the moon. Look it up. Give you chills. Oh, we've been to the moon. No, we ain't been there. I swear to God. We would have been back by now. I mean, it's like the Kardashians. You know Kim has a crater. And I guarantee you Kanye's been back and hitting it. I gotta go.